I'm Colleen Derrick with Spigers Insurance. Welcome to Giving and Generosity. We're in Module 3.1, which is death and taxes will happen. This is the death part. And we're going to talk about how that impacts giving to family. So when you die, people often give money because, well, you're dead. You probably don't need it anymore. Except you probably do need some of it. So please talk to your accountant and ask them about your terminal tax return. Talk to a financial planner, ask them about estate needs. Please do talk to a lawyer, make sure that your will is in place, that it's legal, and that it's up to date. Please do those things. You can connect with professionals through the Money Renovation site. The professionals we have on there, we know that they're ethical, they're valuable, and they care about you. They're also trained, and they have their designations and their insurance in place, so you can trust them. Module 3, death and taxes will happen, death part with family. The question is often who owns the item at that you're gifting, and who benefits. So when we're giving to a family, you think, oh, well, Colleen, but that's just so simple. I'm just going to give my kids the house. Okay. So let's say you have 3 kids and give 3 kids one house. What if one wants to keep it, the other 2 want to sell it, and the one can't afford to buy them out? Who's benefiting from this? We often see this with farms, that the farm goes to the one child who tends to be doing the farming. And what do the other kids get? Because farms are worth a lot of money in Alberta right now. Are they getting any benefit? Often we see the use of life insurance to bring some equity to the inheritance table. What if you don't have kids? Who are you giving your stuff to? Well, if you have a cottage, you might want to give that maybe to a brother or a sister, a niece or a nephew to keep it in the family. Do you know that there are going to be taxes involved with that? And those taxes are going to have to be paid. Well, who's paying them? Often that's going to be your estate. If you give an RRSP to somebody who's not a spouse, the estate is going to have the tax bill on the deemed disposition on that RRSP. So it's very important to ask those questions. Who owns the item that I'm giving it to? Who's going to own it? And who's benefiting from that? And who's perhaps having some negative impacts, because some of these things are negative for people, and we don't want to do that. So think about these things, ask a question, and utilize your professionals. What's my payout structure? So if I have somebody who maybe they're a lovely, lovely person and horrid with money. Oh, I love them dearly, but my goodness, they just drive me mad with their management. Perhaps I want to give them something, but perhaps I don't want to give them a big chunk of money. Well, that's where in life insurance you can have it be paid out as an annuity. Or if it's property, you can have it go into a trust, and that's going to cost you money. So consider the legal fees and consider the accounting, taxes, all that jazz, right? Use your professionals. But you can have that property go into a trust where the actual property then goes to somebody else, but this person has the right to use it. Or you could put an investment in there, and you can have that investment eventually go to another person, but have the growth on the investment pay out to this person. So person, let's say niece or nephew, gets all of the growth on this investment until they hit age 45. And then that original investment amount gets paid out, say, to grandson. These are things that you can do. You have to ask the question. You have to think about, do I want to plan these gifts? Because it makes a difference how you structure it. And you want privacy. Are you perhaps wanting to do things that you maybe don't want some of the other family members to know? Maybe you're not giving everybody the same amount. Some families have helped one child or one set of parents more than they've helped the other. And you always expect your parents to predecease you. But what if you predecease them? Do you want to give some help to the other set of parents? Or what if you're old and you've got grandchildren and you've helped the one grandchild do all of this stuff, or this grandchild's helped you tremendous amounts and the other ones haven't? You might not want everybody to get the same amount. That might not be, it might be equal, but not equitable. And if you're looking at being equitable, then often we want privacy, and that can usually best be done through insurance products. So these are things that you might want to consider with family planning when you die.